I'm now with Stephen, who is the Director of Tourism of Uganda Wildlife Authority. So Stephen, first of all, thank you for taking the time to give us this interview for Africa News Analysis.
Thank you for inviting me to be part of this interview.
So could you please, first of all, at the beginning, introduce the Uganda Wildlife Authority to us a little bit? What do you do and what are you responsible for?
Uganda Wildlife Authority is a government agency that's mandated to protect and manage the wildlife resources. That means animals, plants, and everything within a protected area. Uganda Wildlife Authority manages all the national parks, the reserves, and areas where wildlife lives, and the purpose of keeping and protecting wildlife in those areas to ensure that the current generation or population can make use of it, but also the future generation. And in conservation, Uganda Wildlife Authority works with the local communities where the national parks or the protected areas are, but also works with other stakeholders, including research bodies, academic institutions, other government bodies, so that the full benefit of conservation can trickle down and people can appreciate that conservation is good for everyone.
And do you also organize some events or festivals, and if so, which ones?
Well, our mandate is mainly to do conservation work, and the conservation work is benefiting the rest of the community, like what you see here. When you protect wildlife and resources, we have an opportunity for people to sustainably utilize those resources through investment in lodges and accommodation in the protected areas. Therefore, we have meetings and events with the lodge owners and business forum in which people can determine how they want to best run those. But also, too, we have marketing opportunities like these. People who come here and market Uganda, market so that people can come and see some of the resources we protect. So part of the events is activities like this. This is a conservation activity that transforms into a marketing opportunity. And we do, as Uganda Wildlife Authority, to go out to some of the market events in Europe. This one in Germany, there is another one in UK, others in South Africa, and others in USA, so that people can see that there are things in Uganda that have been protected for them to see, and they can participate in both tourism and conservation. Yes, we also have some conservation-related agenda. For example, activities that mark Wildlife Day. Those ones are specific for wildlife. We have activities for conservation of elephants, the agenda for different important species that are on the wildlife calendar. We also have conventions and meetings with the international community that mainly discuss conservation fora and events. Those ones happen. But really, we don't want to separate conservation from tourism, because you do not conserve for the sake. You conserve so that people can sustainably use and see and enjoy these resources. So we marry the two activities, and that's why we're here.
Okay, so you already said that you go out and attend some marketing events in Europe. You mentioned different ones in Europe. So how attractive and how important is the European market for you?
Well, yes, the leading source markets for Uganda will involve Germany. By the way, this is one of the leading source markets. UK will be one of those. There will be Spain, Italy, but America is also very strong. So outside the Europe, there is the Americas, but also African countries, especially the regional market, and South Africa. They're among the leading. But we have been in the German market for long. It's a traditional market for us. The German people are great spenders. They are good tourism partners. And when they come, they normally do long periods in the country, and are very among the key source markets that we look for. Even in the recent past, we have been having a marketing destination company based here in Germany. It's only this year that we haven't maintained them, but we are coming back. We might reappoint someone soon. So this is one of the most important markets, because when you are in Germany, you also have the opportunity to see the rest of the other countries that are within the European Union. It's a very important market. Some of our partners and friends have been in Netherlands, in the Nordic countries, Others have been in Spain, in Fitur, in Italy. Yeah, we have been in in Italy recently. So we do cover Europe very significantly because we know it is one of the strongest and growing source markets, and we are happy with so far the resurgence of business and so far how this stand looks like.
Okay. And let's also have a look at the state of tourism in Uganda. What is it like at the moment?
Uganda tourism was growing by over 10% until 2019, when you know what happened. But after we lost some business since 2019 and 2020, we went down to about 20-30% of what we used to do. We are now back. We have, I want to say, fully recovered because the tourism into Uganda, especially for those visiting the protected areas, the numbers have exceeded the pre-COVID numbers. We also see the rest of the numbers coming into Uganda for other products has also come up significantly, and by next year we think that we'll have fully recovered. Now, the tourism resources in Uganda, apart from the protected areas and the national parks, we do have lots of other resources. Culture is one of the strongest areas where people can come. Our food is very good and people come and enjoy the food. Education tourism is very, very strong. Adventure along the River Nile and mountaineering is very, very critical. Mountaineering activities are very strong. We also get educational tourism. Students come to study and come back. But also, more importantly, we have people that come and want to move along the source of the River Nile. They want to see the great apes, the mountain gorillas, the chimpanzees, and so on. So we have a diversity of products and services that we offer. We have water-based activities. We have birds as bird tourism, aviation, bird tourism, which is also one of the important activities. I think we have so much diversity. What we haven't done is perhaps fully market and promote this to the world. We have a lot of potential. We are yet not there in marketing, but since we lost some time and we're recovering, I think we're on the right track to get people back. You can see the enthusiasm of the people around these tents. So many people wanted to come, but you know, there's also some limit in some of the capital we can spend into an investment like this. I believe that next year will be more or less double this. People who are here, the stand will be bigger, the numbers of people, because there is so much potential to do tourism in Uganda.
So, Stephen, now you just mentioned what tourists can do in Uganda, and it really seems to be very interesting, lovely. However, the precondition, of course, in order to be able to travel to Uganda is to have a visa. So how easy is it for tourists, let's say also from Europe, to get a visa for Uganda?
Well, I think Uganda is one of those countries that allow people to get visa on arrival. You obviously have to plan and apply online, but when you come to Uganda, you get your visa on the ground. And the visa only costs $50. I'm sure for a person coming to spend $5,000, that's not a very huge cost. But the fact that you can use the embassies and to either plan your trip, which are spread all over Europe. In many of these countries have embassies and commercial attaches that I can explain. And then you can book online and you can pay. It's not very difficult. We don't have too many conditions. We're open for tourism, we're open for investment, and that's what we're doing right now.
Okay, then thank you very much for this interview. I wish you all the best for the ITB, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing you during the Puate in Uganda.
Yes, thank you indeed. We have an upcoming event, something similar to what is happening here at ITB. We have part of Africa Tourism Expo that is for Uganda, and it's not for Uganda, it's for the whole world to come to Uganda. It's happening in April, about 20th of April. We want to invite the whole world to come and visit Uganda. This is also an area, a melting pot of East Africa, where you can see the cultures, the people, and every product you have in the region, which is symbolized in Uganda. So I want to invite everybody to come, and I look forward to seeing you personally. I'll be there.
Me too. I'll also be there. So see you there. Thank you.
Thank you indeed. Thank you indeed. Thanks for hosting me.
Thank you. Bye-bye.